All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our Vancouver Canucks year 2, and we're 1 month in, and a pretty slow start for the Canucks, 5-6-1. Now, I'm not going to go crazy just yet. I'm not going to make line changes, start trading away players here and there. No. We're only 1 month in. We're a veteran team. Sometimes a veteran team might get off to a slow start, and it's not a shortened season. It's 82 games. We still have plenty of time to turn this around. And I think we all know what the problem is right now. It's Roberto Luongo. That's right. I mean, 5 wins for our team so far. Eddie Lack has 4 of those 5 wins. And Luongo, I mean, he started the season. He's getting his games played. We need that elite goalie, Luongo, to play like an elite goalie. Our offense is going to be there. Our defense is going to be there. We need our elite goalie to be there, okay? But there's still plenty of time for that to come around. Now, I forget who was in the net. We got a loss. We got 7 losses, so I'd imagine if I was on a 2-game loss streak, then whoever's in the nets gets 1 more loss. I'll just go like that, okay? So we won't waste any time here. Let's just keep on simulating. I want to see if we can get a big chunk of the regular season done in this video. But if we start to shit the bed a little bit, hopefully we don't, I may have to make some early line changes or maybe even early trades. You never know. We do have an older team, and if the time comes, I mean, I'm hoping I don't want to jinx us. There's another loss. Who's in the net? Eddie Lack was in the net, yeah, because he got a win there. But I wouldn't mind trading away older players like St. Louis, Alfie, who else? Cullen, all these older guys that I picked up for the playoff run. If we're clearly not a playoff team by the trade deadline, hell yeah. But that should not happen. I mean, we basically have the same team that we had out there last year. Last year we had a great regular season. We just need Roberto Luongo to come around, man. This guy, I know he hates his contract, or I know he would, tear up that $50 million or whatever it was, or whatever it is, if he had the chance. But still, we need him to come around. Do you believe he said that, man? Oh, poor guy. He just wants to play. I can't believe that. When did you ever think like a 10-year, like 5... What is it, 5.3 or 5.4? Something around like 5.5 or something like that for 10 years. Whoever thought that would be a bad thing for a player? Jesus. Okay, so there's another 2 wins, and he's getting some wins here. All right, keep it going, Luongo. I want you to at least catch up to Eddie Lack, man. I mean, if we have to run with Eddie Lack, I'll do it, but come on, Luongo. Eventually, you are going to be traded here. That is the future goal. But, I mean, geez, especially last year in the playoffs, you know, I mean, it wasn't all his fault. What did we say? He lost 1.5 games. The offense lost 2.5. But still, man, I've had goalies in the past as a starting goalie who have seemed to have played already better than Luongo, and he's an elite goalie. And his individual stats, I mean, I didn't see any flaws in there. His poise, it's not like his poise is way down there. So, I don't know. Maybe it was just coincidence last year. I still do think we're going to have a good regular season, though, this year. Yeah, he keeps winning games. Good job, Lou. Keep it going. Keep it going. He's tied Eddie Lack now with 5 wins each. Yeah, I knew we were going to be able to come out of that hole, boys. I mean, not to say that we may still go on some losing streaks. It is a long season. It can happen. But over a long period of time, I mean, we got how many first liners, second liners? We have every player type that you need. All right, we are a good team. Maybe not President's Trophy, fine, but at least top 4 home ice advantage in the first round kind of team for sure. All right, next year, I don't know. We got a big year coming up this year. Contract year for the Sedin twins. Who else was it? Was Kessler coming up this year, or was he signed longer than the Sedins? I can't really remember. I know it was the Sedin twins. All right, 421 days. I could do amateur scout. I kind of want to save it for the medical staff, though, just in case. Amateur scouts. I don't know. Hang on a second here. What's my scouting report like right now? I don't think we have any first round other than ours. Hang on. Because I didn't trade any for last year for this year, did I? No. And I don't have a second for this year. Okay, but I can still get a first round pick. I think I sent my scout out, didn't I? I must have. He hasn't come back to me for a while, but maybe I just sent him out before the end of the last video. I didn't mean to come here, sorry. Scouting assignment, that's what I wanted. Yeah, he's in the OHL for another 2 weeks. Yep, okay, so we did send our scout out. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, what was I going to do? What was I going to do right there? No, we're okay. Yeah, okay, my bad. It was the contracts with the Sedin twins. Who else was coming up this year? Hang on. The Sedin twins. Yeah, they're our big 2 signings. We're going to have plenty of space. We'll be able to do it, especially with older players like Alfie and Salo. If they don't retire, I don't have to sign them, right? Because they're going to get a lot worse, probably. Barker, nah. No, it's really just the Sedin twins. Okay, so we can definitely re-sign those guys. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind signing them and then trading them in the offseason. Maybe one more year with them. We'll have to see. I don't want to chance it if they're going to retire along with Luongo. But this is definitely going to be the... probably going to be the last year. I don't see us having the same team next year. Not because the Sedin twins and Luongo won't be there, but just because the other players, Alfie, St. Louis might even retire, Sammy Salo, the supporting cast that we need to go far in the playoffs won't be there. So we kind of be a tweener team, and I don't want to be a tweener team. So let's get Eddie Lack back in there. Luongo is lost 2. There you go. There you go. Now, it'd be nice if, oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Yeah, Clint Windsor's got 7 wins. I want to keep a close eye on the AHL team, because the more wins he gets, the easier decision it'll be to trade Luongo if Clint Windsor's coming up, man. 4.5-star goalie, hell yeah. So that'll be good. And even Eddie Lack, you never know. I mean, you guys said that he, I've seen some comments, you guys said that he can get up to 85, 86, so that's really good. I mean, I remember back in Calgary, Leland Irving, he didn't get anything higher than, I think, an 84. I mean, the starting goalies can really get it done sometimes. I mean, look, he's coming in, he's getting it done. Hell yeah, he's got this basically the same amount of wins as Luongo. Oh, all right, he lost 1 there, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the elite goalies really don't set themselves apart. Just look at the teams that win the Stanley Cup every year. Not in the real NHL, I'm talking about in this game. I mean, if the best goalies took the teams to the Cup every year, you'd see Montreal win it. You'd see Buffalo win it, which they do sometimes. But I see a lot of other teams, like I see St. Louis win it sometimes, and they got Yaroslav Halak as the goalie. He's listed as a starting goalie, right? It's not, I don't know, I'd rather have an elite sniper than an elite goalie in this game. It just seems. The real NHL, maybe not, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That was a scouting assignment. I accidentally skipped that. Hang on 1 second. Scouting assignment. So we just did the OHL for forwards. I'm pretty sure we did the WHL already as well. So we'll do QMJHL for 6 weeks. There you go. Update that. Eddie Lack has lost 1 game, so we'll keep going with him here. Yeah, and he's basically got the same amount of wins as Luongo. All right, there's another loss. I mean, Luongo can definitely catch up. I mean, he's still reeling from that early, slow start. That's why Eddie Lack is up there with him. But if Eddie Lack can just come in, win 2 games, lose 2, win 2, lose 2, that's good, man. He's going to give himself some experience and give us extra points. I mean, Cedric Desjardins definitely gave us some extra points last year as well. But I'm beginning to believe that you really do need to have a strong backup in this game when you have Roberto Luongo as your starter. Because, Jesus, he just goes on losing streaks. Yeah, there you go again. He comes in there against Montreal. He allows 4 goals. Come on now, Roberto. At the end of this month, I'll check out the individual stats. I didn't want to do it there at the beginning of December. Oh, there's another loss. All right, I'm going back to Eddie Lack. Hell yeah, man. I don't care. And if it come playoffs, if Eddie Lack has the better stats throughout the regular season, I'll do it. I don't care. I play the hotter goalie, not the better overall goalie. I don't care what the individual stats say sometimes. They lie. They must lie. I mean, Luongo, Jesus. Eddie Lack comes in, he gets a win. Jesus. See, I can't blame Eddie Lack. He's doing his job. He comes in, he gets at least like 2 wins before he loses 2. I mean, as long as he stays at 500, above 500, that's a great backup goalie. Luongo's like struggling to stay at 500, I bet, man. I know he has the majority of the losses. It's not Eddie Lack. It's definitely Luongo. Look at that. Eddie Lack comes in, 1 goal over 2 games. All right, keep it going, laddie. I'll call him that, laddie. All right, Eddie Lack, laddie. All right, there we go. Yeah, you got shut out there. Don't worry about it, laddie. Come on now. 18, 12, and 3, boys. I mean, not the greatest record, but, yeah, it's really not the greatest record. I'm not going to say anything about it just yet. Still is semi-early, but you guys are killing that President's Trophy chance. I mean, technically, we're only 4 games above 500 at the middle of December. That's a lot of losses already. That's all right, though, as long as we can make those playoffs. And look, Eddie Lack comes in. How many wins did he get? Like, what, 4? Yeah, he's already coming and got 4 before he's even lost 2. I mean, great backup. Great starter. Jesus, he's our starter. Luongo's not getting it done. Lack is the man right now. I'll run with him. I don't care. I'll freaking run with him. I'm not going to do a charity case for Luongo, man. I'll trade him at the end of this year. Sign the Sedin twins. Trade them as well if they don't produce in the playoffs this year, okay? I mean, Daniel Sedin's got 14 goals already. Not bad. How close is the All-Star break? Yeah, all right. As long as he can get to, like, at least 20 by the All-Star break, he'll be on pace for basically high 30s, same thing as last year, so I'll be happy with that. There's Eddie Lack's second loss. All right, Luongo, last time you were in there, you lost 2 in a row, okay? It's been a long time. It's been a long time since you've gotten a win. So let's go, all right? You got a home game against the St. Louis Blues. Let's go. Can you get a win? Can you get a win? Can you? There you go. You only allowed 1 goal as well, so you were a big part of the win. Good job, Luongo. Okay, but you have at least 3 more games to catch up to just Eddie Lack's win totals. Come on, good God. Everywhere GM Superbman goes, there's always a goalie controversy. And it's not even my fault, boys. You guys can't even say that I should be playing Roberto more. All right, that one's not his fault. All right, I'm still counting it as a loss, but I do recognize that that's not his fault. I just play the hotter goalie. I give them chances, and Eddie Lack, when he gets in there, he runs with the ball. He takes the ball and runs with it. Luongo, I give him the ball. He fumbles it. He turns it over. He, throws an interception. They pick it off for 6. All right, I realize the offense did nothing for Luongo in those 2 games. I get it. Okay? And just because of that, I'll give him 1 more game because of it. Okay, fine. All right, come on, offense. You haven't scored a goal in the last 2 games. There you go. And Luongo, he's doing pretty good. All right. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Very nice. 1 more loss for Luongo. I'll take him out, but he's doing pretty good for right now. Oh, shit. I got to the end of the month. I didn't check out the stats. We'll do it right now. All right, there's another shutout for Luongo. You know what? I shouldn't break up this streak Luongo's in right now. He's on a pretty good roll. You know what? I don't want to bring up any menu screens, anything like that. Superstitious in a video game? Sure, why not? But I don't want to do anything like that. So let's just keep on going until we lose a game, and then we'll check out the stats. They can look a lot better if we do that. If we go for a while here. Come on, Luongo. There you go. You're tied with Lack. All right, there's another loss. Lack's coming in, and we will check out the individual stats, okay? So hang on 1 second here, boys. Eddie Lack, get in here. Okay, so goals against average and save percentage. Are we up there? Luongo is in 8th for goals against average, 2.25. That is basically the minimum I expect out of my goalie, 2.25. So he is there. I want to check out the individual stats for our team. I can dive into his stats a lot more. Save percentage, he is not up there. Wins, we are not up there, but we shouldn't be. We're splitting the games, basically. Points, we're not up there, okay. Assists, we are not up there. Goals, we are not up there as well. So our offense from last year, what were we? Were we first overall for offense or top 3? We were up there. I know we were up there. But now we're nowhere to be found in the top of the scoring. But it could be depth goal scoring, which technically is better instead of individual goal scoring. The Eastern Conference looks like that, and the Western Conference looks like this. So technically, we are not a playoff team right now. Okay, it's because we're only 5 games above 500. It's all those regulation losses, those 16 regulation losses already. But we are still in a good spot. You know what I mean? Look how deep the Western Conference right now is. Other than the Minnesota Wild, who have 59 points. Second place, Chicago with 55, and we have 51. So, I mean, we're only 2 games away from second place in the West, 4 points away. So, the West is very close. So, don't get your pennies in a bunch just yet. All right? Yeah, and we will check out the individual stats. Hang on a second here. Team standings first. We'll check out this. Points per game. This is a good... because some teams have more games played. So points per game, we're actually 9th in the NHL, okay? So we're doing pretty good so far. We made that comeback from that bad start. Goals for per game, 15th in the NHL. That is not good enough. I mean, maybe it is... the fact is we just don't have a team that can score as many goals as we did last year. Just, I don't know, maybe they're older, or maybe Burrows and Higgins not being here this year hurts us. Possible, but that is still something I would like to get better if we can. Goals against per game is great, 2.33. So, I mean, as much as Luongo is losing games, Laddie and Luongo, I mean, they are combining to get the Vancouver Canucks to 2.33 goals against average per game, which is 4th best in the NHL. So they're doing something right there. Power play percentage, 8th in the NHL. So power play is getting it done. It's not horrible. And penalty kill percentage, 8th in the NHL. All right, so everything is not that bad. It was just goals for. So maybe 5-on-5 goals is a little bit down right now. So we can take a look at that as well. We can take a look at our lines. I don't know if I want to make any changes, though, because we are above 500. Points per game played, we are 8th in the NHL or 9th in the NHL, so we are up there. It's just the season just has to unfold a little bit still. Daniel Sedin, all right, so he's basically a point-a-game player. I'm happy with that from Daniel. 18 goals as well. I hope he gets to at least 35 on the season. I'll be happy with that. Henrik Sedin, 35. He could be a little bit more. He's starting to trail off a little bit, but he is still within range of getting close to a point a game. game. So I'm happy there. And same thing with Martin St. Louis. They need to produce slightly more, but they are still up there. It's not horrible. You know what I mean? It's not horrible. It's just I want them to get to at least 70 points, and they're probably not going to get it if they stay on that pace, okay? Booth and Kessler, not horrible. Again, they're just on pace for 50 points, this whole line. So again, not as good as they were doing last year, but doing what I expect out of the second line. So that might be the reason why we're not scoring as many goals, because Kessler had a lot of points last year. So did Alfie. So could be the secondary scoring. And then the third line really isn't scoring any goals. Yeah, we didn't help ourselves out getting rid of Burrows and Higgins for goal scoring, but maybe defense we are better. That was the decision we made, though. That was the decision we made. Defenseman, Hamhuis 19 points, Salo 17, Barker 13, Tanev 12, Edler 11, and BXL 11. Okay. And goaltenders, all right, here's the decision. Wow, pretty close. Pretty close. Eddie Lack, 20 games played. Luongo, 24 games played. Luongo's got the slightly higher, only by .01 goals against average, but he has played 4 games more. So I give the nod to Roberto Luongo in goals against average just because of the 4 games extra played, okay? They both have 12 wins, 8 losses, but Luongo has 2 overtime losses and 1 shootout loss. So Luongo's 12-8-3, while Eddie Lack is 12-8-0. Okay, save percentage, and Eddie Lack is slightly better. But again, Luongo has played more games. Eddie Lack has more shutouts in less games, which is very impressive. So, again, this is the thing I was saying, right? Elite goalies, they really don't separate themselves from starting goalies. I mean, they can sometimes, I guess. But Luongo, he ain't doing it for our team this year. No way, no how. Okay, so whatever. I'm not going to... I mean, let me just check out the... 5-on-5. Like, there's nothing I really can do. There's no offensive things that you can do. I mean, I can maybe just do this, just to switch these 2 guys around, maybe shake it up a little bit. But I still feel like our team has been playing okay. So I'm not going to touch anything just yet, boys. Eddie Lack is in the net. Yep. Let's continue the simulation here. Well, we got 17 minutes. Hang on. Maybe I should stop it here and set it up for the next video. I don't think we can get all the way to the trade deadline now, but maybe we should just go up to the All-Star break. How many more games? Yeah, you know what? Let's, yeah, because the trade deadline is still kind of far away. Let's get up to the All-Star break, and then we will take it from there so that we can set it up for the next video and finish off the season with the trade deadline. You know what? You know what? We'll go up to the trade deadline. Yeah, we'll go up to the trade deadline. So I'll just go. No line changes, no nothing. We'll hope for the best. Scouting assignment, yeah, QMJHL. So I need forward prospects. That's exactly what we need. WHL for 6 weeks. There you go. Very nice. All right, Eddie Lack, come on now. Show us why you're the starting goalie. He comes in and gets his 4th shutout, and he still has played. He's got double the amount of shutouts than Luongo. He's played less games than still. Jesus. You're not making my job any easier, Eddie Lack. Laddie. He wins another one. Good God. 26-16-3. Good job, boys. We are now 7 games above 500. Keep it going here. Keep it going here, laddie. Just keep it going. Come on now. Game against the Edmonton Oilers. They got a pretty good record. They're a decent team, and that's a loss. Don't worry about it. All right, so let's get up to the All-Star break. Yeah, we'll get to the trade deadline in this video, just so we can, or we'll get like maybe a week or so close to it. I want to see how our record, if we start to lose games, I'll end it, but if we keep on winning, we'll take it right to the trade deadline. I want you guys to have some sort of input on our team before we get close to the trade deadline. If we need to make a trade, if we need to sell, all that good stuff. Today's the All-Star game. We'll skip this. Okay, so Eddie Lack has lost 1. Should we reset him now because it's the All-Star break? We'll see. Hang on, we'll see. If he gets some wins, then if he gets 1 loss, then I'll leave him in there. He is playing better than Luongo right now. I know Lou had the better, what's it called? Okay, that's a loss. I'll go back to Lou. Just because Lou had more games played, I slightly gave him the better nod. But still, I mean, you can make the argument that he's playing worse just because he should be playing better. His standard is higher, and he's not meeting that standard, or he is just meeting that standard. Whereas Eddie Lack, his standard should be lower, and he's exceeding those standards. So that's what, you can make that argument that Eddie Lack is actually the better goalie right now. I don't know. I'm sure you guys are going to have plenty of comments down in the comment section about this. Always the goalie controversy. Luongo's been able to come back in and win 2 games here. But I know Luongo has his haters. And after last year's playoff performance and just the skids this year, and with Eddie Lack basically being up there in every category, I mean, making my job hard. I don't know which goalie I want to go into game 1 of the playoffs here. There's another game. All right, he's winning some games here. He's got 3 games won before he's lost 2 here. So Luongo, and he's back on top for the win totals for our goalies here. So can I get another win? There you go. Beat the Dallas Stars, a team that beat us last year, the defending Stanley Cup champions. He gets a shutout. All right, Luongo, there you go. Maybe he turns it on towards the end of the season, all right? Maybe he turns it on towards the end of the season. I'm liking this now, Luongo. Keep it going. All right, there's another win. All right, so I'm just going to keep her going now. Daniel Sedin is definitely trailing off in the goals. I don't think, well, he could still, you know what, he could still get to 35, but I don't think he'll get to 42 like he did last year. There's another big win. Our offense came through for us there. Luongo led in 5, but we got 6. Keep it going here. Luongo's definitely getting some wins here. Oh, there's another win. Yeah, Roberto. All right. So we're definitely starting to separate ourselves from the 500 mark. 12 games, back to 11 games. 11 games above 500 now. Very good, very good. We'll keep going with Luongo here. He had a pretty good run. One more loss will take him out. That was an overtime loss, and our team only got 1 goal for him anyways. Come on now. Was it a good idea to leave Lou back in there? Let's see. No, it wasn't. All right, so I'll take Lou back out. Don't worry about it, Lou. You had a great run there. I think everyone would agree that was a great, deep run for Luongo that has put us in a great spot in the standings. Now, it's time for Eddie Lack to come in here, and can he win us? Give me 2 wins. I don't care if you just go 2-2. Just go 2-2 for me, Eddie Lack. Just don't go 0-2 for me, all right? I know you've been great for us all season, but still, I mean, it could be just coincidence. He comes in, he gets 1 win against the defending Stanley Cup champions, Dallas Stars. What's going to happen in Game 2 here with Eddie Lack? Come on, we got another home game, and then a home game against the St. Louis Blues. And he comes in and gets another win. Scouting assignment, WHL. We'll go back to the OHL for 6 weeks for forwards. There you go. All right. Yeah, we'll go all these games here before the trade deadline. Yeah, I got to wrap this up quickly, though, boys. I don't want to lose this after talking for 21 minutes. Imagine I lose it now. That would suck. All right. Yeah, we'll go 1. Oh, wait. Should I? No. Well, no. If I simulate to that day, it might go into the trade negotiations. I can't remember. I might not, but I don't want to chance it, okay? So, here we are. 36, 18, and 7, right before the trade deadline. This is where you guys come in now. Goals against average, are we up there? Luongo's now in 7th, 2.23. So, that run definitely helped him out there. Save percentage, we're not up there. Wins, we're not up there. That's okay. Points, we're not up there. Goals and assists, we are not up there anywhere. So again, not scoring as many goals as we did last year, but we have climbed up to 4th in the Western Conference, 8 points out of 9th. All right, very good, and only 7 points out of 1st in the West. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to catch the New York Rangers, who have already have 98 points. But see what I mean? Clearly a playoff team. So at least we don't have to go crazy making any trades now, okay? Team standings. We'll just go through all this stuff quickly for you guys. Points per games played. We are 4th best in the NHL. So we're actually the 4th best team if you just go by games played for points right now, okay? Goals for per game, 15th. So still not scoring 5-on-5. But goals against top 3 or our 3rd best, so our goaltenders and defense are there for us. Power play percentage 19th, so it is our goal scoring, which may come back to hurt us. Maybe that's something we can get in the trade deadline here, some 3rd line offense. Penalty kill is 11th. It's definitely our offense. If we want to make our team a little bit better, we need some more depth goal scoring, okay? Home record 21, 8, and 5. Away record 15, 10, and 2. Very nice. And last but not least, let's just check out these individual stats. And we'll leave it right there. You guys can let me know what we need. Clearly, I think it's just the offense. I think goalies are actually playing pretty good for us. But yeah, you see what I mean? They have trailed off, and still with over 20 games remaining, you know what I mean? They could have a good finish, but they could also have a bad finish and not even get 70 points. And that's our best player. Henrik Sedin, 50 points. St. Louis down there at 42 points. Ryan Kessler, 41. Booth, 36. Alfie, 35. So the second line is doing decent, but the first line is just not there, and we don't have a 3rd line, okay? For goal scoring. Defense, we're great, and that's the decision that I made, but maybe one more piece for offense would be a good idea. Defenseman, 31 points for Ham Hughes. Salo, 27. Edler, 21. All right, the rest rest of those guys. Yep. And then goaltenders. So Luongo has now 35 compared to 28, but Eddie Lack does have the better goals against average, all right? But Luongo has more games played, and Luongo's goals against average is very good, 2.23. Luongo is 19, 9, and 5, where Eddie Lack is 17, 9, and 2. All right, and save percentage, Eddie Lack is better with 92.55 compared to 92.14, and Eddie Lack has one more shutout than Luongo, okay? So there you go, boys. We're going to end it right there. It's been a long one, but with the trade deadline ahead of us, we are in position to make the playoffs. There should be no doubt that we're a playoff team. We are a very good defensive team, and I don't want to break that up, but do we need to get another piece to help out offensively, all right, at the cost of one of our good defensive players? You guys let me know, and I will see you in the next video.